the nerves. This is for the brainiacs. This what we deserve. Go ahead and play it back. You ain't gonna touch me. You not gonna do nothing. You are not above me. I bet you wish you was me. I know it. I know.
What's really poppin', everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Only Friends podcast. And I'm here with my only friends, and you already know, I got my sidekick, Dr. Watson, in the building. What's poppin', Waddy?
Watson.
What did I tell you about calling me your sidekick? I'm not doing this.
Oh yeah,
we're
what's
not
that
running
about?
this bit.
I saw someone else call you a sidekick today. On Twitter.
Well, you see, I'm not the only one that's saying it.
I mean,
it's the buzz in the streets.
Conrad's the host and Berkey's the co-host.
It was Chad. Was it Chad?
Chad McVean. I saw it this morning too.
We're not.
Wait, can we pull that up? Can we go to Chad McVean's Twitter?
We are not running. We're not running this bit.
There's nothing wrong with that, bro.
It's okay to be my sidekick, bro.
You don't know what
me...
the fuck Dr. Watson even is.
I know. I actually went through the top 50 list of sidekicks, and then I finally found one that's semi-decent, so it worked.
It's elementary.
It also makes me Sherlock Holmes, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Listen, if this show has proven anything over the course of a year, it's that you are no goddamn detective.
Listen, it's very clear. He's the fiddle, and you're second fiddle.
It's not even a fucking question. I don't even know why we're even talking about this anymore. Anyway, we got our other friends in the building.
What up?
I'm not doing this. I'm absolutely not ever in my life going to play the sidekick role of Conrad.
The unfortunate part is
he has no choice.
The world has just brought it upon him.
Mm-hmm.
What can I say?
Yeah, it's a bit now. We can't stop.
I mean,
I kind of like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you like it, do you?
I don't know. I'm just. It's kind of fun to see
Yeah, you're
how
kind
much
of into it,
hurts.
right?
It hurts you so much. I think that's the whole point.
You're kind of feeling it.
No, I feel that you just don't like it, so it makes it better.
That makes it, yeah, of course. That's why we want to do it more.
Deep down, internally, just really hates those
If
words.
he just went with it, it would probably just die.
It would have
But
died
now-
yesterday.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Now,
I'm sure Christian likes it. He's probably never been referred to as my sidekick before.
You can feel Berkey queuing something up. Like
Isn't that right? Isn't that right, little buddy?
Yeah, I think that worked for you until I got better than you, and then things went downhill.
Yeah. All right, little buddy. 10-4.
What's with this buddy shit?
I can't believe you didn't say it.
Oh man, I just remembered it straight.
Mm-hmm. Better than me out there grinding these fucking ACR streets. You must be the best in the world. Beat the goddamn bots.
It's hard.
I don't got time for that. I'm here to try to run a show, ladies and gentlemen.
I
we
thought
got today,
Conrad
Berk?
was running the show.
Conrad's not running shit. Conrad's fired.
Okay. Listen, I let my sidekick do some things around here.
Yeah,
so.
you're about as much of a leader as fucking Russell Wilson. You can just intro the show tomorrow like this.
Let's ride.
Broncos.
What's up with that Russell Wilson thing? I saw some people doing some wild shit.
This guy is the laughing stock of the NFL. So there's many memes running around about Mr. Unlimited. And one thing that he's certainly limited on are touchdowns.
With his 9th sack of the season.
Burns coming after him after a sack. He's very limited on touchdowns. Carson Wentz has 2 more touchdowns.
9th sack of the season.
This season. You're killing me, Guapo. Carson Wentz has 2 more touchdowns than him this season. Hasn't played since week 6. Just put that into perspective.
I've been looking at this fucking meme that's developing meme every week. That's basically comparing how many touchdowns Russell Wilson has to how many bathrooms he has in his house.
There's no way.
Bathrooms are winning. And bathrooms are going to win.
There's no way when that guy started that meme, he believed that going into week 11,
It would still
he
be
would
a
have
thing.
to still keep updating.
Yeah.
Like, so he has what, 7 touchdowns?
Yeah.
And he
12
has
bathrooms?
12 bathrooms, I
I
think,
thought it
in
was
the house.
11, but yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Either way.
What do you guys think? You guys think he's going to get there?
Bathrooms
No,
are,
I do not think he's going to get there.
bathrooms look nice.
How much does he get I wonder how much he gets paid per touchdown this year.
A lot.
Infinite. I was reading something that said if they designate him for June 1st cuts, they would take a $39 million cap hit.
Oh my God. 39 million?
Yeah, I think Guapo, you have what he's owed. So in 2023, he'll be owed 107 million. 2024, 85. 25, 49.6, and 26, 30.2.
I wonder how much of that is
guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think based off the cap hit, I would assume that 39 million is guaranteed.
So basically
Guys,
all of it.
He threw his 300th career NFL touchdown.
Yeah, he was really good on the Seahawks.
Yeah.
He's really good on the Seahawks.
I mean, people were talking Hall of Fame. I mean, they're still talking Hall of Fame. It's like it's tough now, like just to see. It's like, you know, people have short memories, and they kind of forget everything he did in the Seahawks and think about who he is now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that Hall of Fame jacket is coming his way.
I also don't know if it was him compared to his coaching with him, like the pairing of coaching and him.
Carroll.
And Marshawn Lynch and all that fucking defense, Bobby Wagner,
so
Cam Chancellor, like that defense was absurd. Richard Sherman, yeah.
I mean, the Broncos D's pretty good this year.
The coaching sucks.
Lamanna was saying that if they'd scored 14 points per game,
17.
they'd be like 17 points per game, whatever. They'd be 8-2.
Yep. Actually, yeah, it's wild. Wild stat.
There was a scene of Russell walking off the field, of one of his defensive linemen walking off the field, and Russell must have said something to him, and the D lineman just like gets in his face shouting.
I don't know if something was said. If Russell Wilson says something as he's coming off the field,
Can't take it. So Boston Connor from the Pat McAfee show is memeing it, saying that he walked up to Russell going, "Stop fucking saying let's ride."
That might not be a meme. That might be accurate.
That legit might be accurate sideline reporting right there.
If the defense ends up with more touchdowns than the offense, that would be a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
They are a mess. Yeah, they're a mess. There isn't a whole lot to say. I mean, I don't like the Broncos, so my apologies to Justin Young, the only Broncos fan that I know.
Mm-hmm.
They don't look good, kid.
You don't look good, guys.
They don't look good.
No,
they don't look
do
good.
not.
Speaking of other memes in the NFL, we saw the Ravens get memed on by the Jags. What an ending, by the way.
Holy crap.
Man, so happy to see some of these endings yesterday. So both in the Jags-Ravens game and then the Chargers. Who were they playing?
Cardinals.
Chargers-Cardinals, yeah. In both of those games, it came down to a last-minute score where an extra point would tie the game. And in the Jaguars spot, I think it's a no-brainer, but I think in general it's probably a no-brainer. So Conrad and I were watching, and I'm screaming for them to go for two.
Mm-hmm.
Screaming for it. And he's like, they're at home. They're not going to go for two. This is silly. I was like, okay, riddle me this. If they go into overtime, do you think they win the game half the time? And he just kind of got silent. And I go, let me rephrase the question for you. If they go into overtime, do you think the Ravens lose half the time to the Jaguars?
What was my answer to that one?
I don't think you did. I'm still waiting on it.
I think it was go fuck yourself.
So it's just like it's the biggest no-brainer in the world. I mean, like the worst teams in the league are going to win 48% of the time, give or take, whenever they go for two here. It's insane to try to take it to another quarter against a superior team. So like really, really happy that they went forward with that. Obviously, as a Steeler fan, thrilled to see the Jags fucking beat the Ravens.
I mean, it's tough because you're at home. You know, you have that momentum at home. Like usually teams would, you know,
home better be
feel
worth
safe.
Home better be worth like many, many, many percentage points of victory.
Biggest, probably the biggest moment of Trevor Lawrence's career.
Yeah,
no, for sure.
Yeah, like I could see an argument for the Ravens not going for two in that spot. You
Why
don't want
is that?
Mm-hmm.
Because they probably win greater than half the time in OT.
You just think they're a lot better of a team?
Yeah, I think there's. Well, I mean, maybe not yesterday, but
yeah.
In
general, they are.
Honestly.
Yeah.
They have not looked good.
Yeah, and like the Chargers going for two, I think is a really smart decision too, because that game's probably a coin flip.
Oh, I was on tilt. I was on so much tilt. God, I'm against Eckler in one league, right? And so he scores to to bring it to a tie if they kick the extra point. And I'm like, okay, that's okay, because in the other league I have Hopkins and Murray, and I'm like, okay, well at least they'll get the ball back and they're going to score more points. And no, they just go for 2, and so I lose with Eckler, and then I lose the other way with them not getting the ball back.
Yeah, I had my fantasy week not locked, but as close as I was winning by 2 points.
I was watching. I was like, oh, Berkey's in this. He's probably going to win.
Yeah, I was winning by 2 points, and then the Raiders went to OT.
That was an amazing game.
And I was against Jacob, who obviously went off, and I was against the I can't remember the Seahawks quarterback.
Gio Smith.
Yeah, Gio Smith. So I was drawing dead.
Jacobs went off for a fucking 86-yard touchdown in overtime,
Yeah,
bro.
why not?
Yeah, that really helped and hurt a lot of people in fantasy.
Sure.
That shit was wild. He fucking had 300 yards. Sick
Yeah,
funky.
he had 55 points in fantasy. It's like something I've never seen before.
Jacobs with running room
Goodbye.
right up the middle. Jacobs is on his way. The
He's a
Raiders are
beast.
going to win this game.
I'm happy to see the Raiders win like that.
I couldn't care less.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
They're still Raiders. Fuck the Raiders.
Yeah,
And see, this is my diehard Yinzerism.
right.
Like, to the core, there are teams that I loathe from the 70s, which was before I was born. I hate the Cowboys. I fucking hate the Cowboys.
Yeah, I hate the Cowboys. Yeah, but I don't hate the Raiders like I hate the Cowboys.
Fuck the Raiders.
I wouldn't even go to New
Ravens.
England.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even step
Patriots.
foot.
I would only step
In
foot
New
in
England.
New England to piss on it the way that like the Ford Chevy decals do.
I don't think I hate
like
the
Steeler fan pissing on New England.
Well, I don't think I hate the Raiders that much because they
suck.
they
stink.
never really beat us in big games or anything like that.
Well, they did the AFC Championship in 2001,
See champion.
or maybe it was the divisional round. It was
They beat us in the playoffs.
yeah. It was
2001?
when Gruden took them to the Super Bowl.
They beat Tampa
then they-
Bay, maybe. They lost to Tampa Bay. I can't remember.
I think they
20 years ago.
lost to Tampa Bay, and then
Yeah.
Gruden went to Tampa Bay and won a Super Bowl with them.
Yeah.
And then I think the following year, maybe not. I was gonna say I think the following year is when they lost to the Ravens.
Did they win once though? Can't remember.
I don't
Yeah.
think.
Maybe not.
I used to be really good at this. There you go, Guapo. That's what I'm talking about. Now find one with a
sorry, New England fans.
now find one with a Ravens logo. I hate them worse. Man, it's incredible.
No, we have to,
The Ravens, I think, over everybody. The Patriots are a
Low.
close
I
second.
think-
Patriots are a
Low.
close second.
You know, I think the only thing that we have in common here is we all fucking hate the Patriots.
We do all
So,
hate the Patriots.
you know,
everybody outside of New England hates
but the thing
Patriots.
is the Patriots will become irrelevant again, or have already become irrelevant. Like the Brady era is kind of over, and
they're not bad, man.
and they're not good.
They beat the best team in the league twice. They're not
They
fucking
still have
bad.
Belichick, who's
Maybe.
football genius.
But
Maybe.
they also beat the
He
best team in
didn't
the
do a
league.
whole lot with the Browns.
They've also beat the best team in the league without their star quarterback. So, I mean, you know.
Shut the fuck up, man.
Did you guys see? Our boy Mike White? Oh!
I like Mike White.
Jets, Jets. He threw for like, I don't know, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns.
They also played
Or
a fieldless
250.
Bears, so
I mean, he's just the GOAT, man. He's honestly just the GOAT. Look at Burt.
I'm
smirking.
staying quiet
Listen,
and giving you your moment.
listen. I think he's better than what's the other guy's name?
I think
Already
he's
forgot.
better than
Zach Wilson?
28 of the other quarterbacks in the league.
Okay,
Shut the
no, all right. Now cut his mic. Guapo, mute his ass.
All right, guys. No, seriously. Mike White is good enough to bring the Jets to the Super Bowl. And
Playoffs.
that's what we're here to talk about.
I can't take it. Okay, we need to move on. I'll tell you what I feel like whenever I hear Conrad talk about the Jets, Giants, and specifically their quarterback play, is this kid who is a diehard Ravens fan. And you know what? I felt for him because this was me when the Steelers lost the Super Bowl to the Cowboys in '94.
All right. I was really entertained. Sorry.
gassed, man. He is gassed. Here it comes. Can't take it. He's raging.
Why? We lost to the Jags! The Jags!
You guys will jag off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think when they lose to the Steelers, they also say we lost to a bunch of Jags?
Oh my god.
This is the best part of the entire video. wait. So obviously that pumpkin's been there for like a month and a half.
Yeah, look at it.
It's moldy as fuck. He's like, what?
Gross. Fucking Rube smells like old pumpkin and shit.
Oh, man.
Somebody better watch that kid. He's got murderous tendencies.
You know what? I gotta tell you, he doesn't look like much of a threat.
Honestly,
Put an AR-15 in his hand.
Honestly, the pumpkin had a chance.
Imagine if he were a Broncos fan.
Wow.
Oh, I think the Broncos fans though, they're just like, I think they're more sad than angry.
Do you think we see another "Let's Ride" meme for us, like from him?
He has zero self-awareness. Literally zero. I mean,
He can't say it again, man.
he's the first man in the history of commercials to get a Subway commercial pulled for being too fucking corny.
Too cringe for Subway.
Yeah, he's just like too fucking
Wait,
corny.
that really happened?
Yeah. Yeah, it was I can't even remember. It might have been called like the unlimited sub or some shit like that. It was just like something absolutely ridiculous. And yeah.
I know the answer, but how you feeling about these Steelers tonight?
Well, Brian, I'm glad you asked.
What?
We
were talking about everything beautiful and fun, and then you brought up this horrible game that's going to come on tonight.
Horrible game. How dare you,
It's going to be a blowout.
Two powerhouses in the NFL going head-to-head in prime time?
This game is effectively a playoff game for both of these squads. I don't know what you're talking
What's
about.
the Colts record?
4-7.
Same as the.
Did
you? I almost fell out of my seat yesterday. They were putting up like the playoff scenarios, and then it's like, here's the division leaders, here's the wild card, and then in the hunt, all the way down to the bottom, they had the Steelers in there. Steelers are in the hunt, baby.
Of course they fucking are. I said this before. I'll say it again. I'm being serious. This is a potential playoff game tonight because the South and the North are both up for grabs. The Ravens and the Bengals are not very good. The Titans are debatably good, but all well within reach of getting caught. And I don't know what the Colts back end schedule looks like, but the Steelers is a fucking joke.
I mean, they have to win out pretty much.
I think
they have 7 losses.
I think they
right?
can lose 1. I think they can finish 9-8 and potentially make the playoffs. But yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you're right.
I just want to let you know that the
their
Pittsburgh Penguins suck.
They're really bad.
They are absolutely trash.
They do not suck. As a team, they're very good, but they've started off really bad this season. Good.
I was gonna say the problem with the Steelers is the teams they lost to. They lost to every team in the East, so it's like they're all like in contention right now. So that's tough because if they are tied with them, they're gonna lose the tiebreaker.
Yeah,
they lost the head-to-head matches.
Yeah, that part's true.
That kind of puts our back against the wall. But maybe we'll just go into Indianapolis, take care of business. Kenny Pickett. Getting the
TCB,
spotlight
baby.
on him. I hope he rises to the occasion. I need him.
I hope he rides.
I need George Pickens really bad in a fantasy sweat. My playoff hopes are on the line as well.
Yeah, no one cares.
Oh well, I care.
Literally, no one is sweating your fantasy team along with you.
I am.
Imagine how little your group of friends care about your fans. Like every time you bring it up, we respectfully listen because we have to because we're your friend.
You're an asshole.
This is coming from someone who just is very terrible at fantasy.
Now
so
imagine
he has to say this, people, right? Because he really just
hold on.
His team's
now
just
imagine
terrible.
Now imagine
and
doing that to 10,000 people.
Bad, Listen. They want me to win. They root for the tortoise.
Honestly, they do root
These
for the
are
tortoise.
my people.
Yeah,
they are rooting along with me. They want me to win.
They're happy to win they're happy to hear the result.
Mm-hmm.
If you told them your team, if you showed them your team, I bet you that at least 5% of them would think about it on Sunday.
At least 5.
Booked. Fucking booked.
Maybe 0.5.
Yes.
At least they'll think about one of your teams. They'll be like, oh, wait. Doesn't Brian have fucking Russell Wilson?
It's legitimately like him telling Michelle how his fantasy team's doing, and then extrapolating that out to 10,000 Michelles.
She definitely doesn't care.
No.
Not one iota.
Right. So now it's like having that conversation with 10,000 Michelles. Just,
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Hey, Michelle's.
Who cares?
Yeah, have you guys been watching any World Cup?
No.
Come on, man. You know the answer to that. It's shit's on at 2 a.m.
Yo, it is fucking popping.
Nobody scores.
What are you talking about? There was 6 goals and 5 goals in 2 games today.
Chin, does
And then it
DR
was just 1-0.
Does the DR got a squad in
They
the
don't even have a
in the
soccer
World
team.
Cup?
A soccer team, dude. We don't even. That's not a sport in Dominican Republic.
Wait, legitimately, it's not a
All
sport.
baseball.
Yeah.
That's not recognized as like part of us.
I'm saying this genuinely because I'm surprised. Not that. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm just surprised. Like, it's a world-renowned sport. It's also it's like the cheapest sport in the world to play.
It's literally the only Spanish country that doesn't play it.
No, Cuba don't.
No, I was gonna say Cuba. I think the Caribbean countries.
Cuba,
Right.
Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico only play basketball and baseball. So
Yeah.
they don't play anything else.
Basketball makes a lot of sense. It's actually kind of shocking that there's such a baseball powerhouse because it's not a cheap sport to execute. Like,
Yeah, it is, bro. They're on the streets with a fucking.
oh, they play stickball
from the fucking ranch.
Mhm.
They also
and
need
a
one
fucking
bat.
melon. Like,
Right.
like a fucking guanabana and a fucking stick, bro.
They literally need
Everyone-
one bat, one ball, and that's all.
No, because you still need a field. I mean, you don't
You don't
actually
need
need
no field.
you don't need a
What do
proper
you mean,
field.
The
But
red car on the side is first base, and then you draw with a chalk. You draw second base in the middle of the
Yo,
road.
You know
Then-
damn well they didn't have any chalk to fucking
have
draw
you ever
second.
seen? Have you ever seen like stickball? They do like a stickball championship in New York. I've watched it on YouTube. It's sick.
I actually saw this. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why I was watching it, but I went deep down a rabbit hole, man. YouTube gets me every now and again. I spent 2.5 hours last night on this like rabbit hole crusade of music. Like, I felt like I was 12. I just like
Early, you went back to the early 90s?
No, nothing like that. Just like listening to music before going to bed, and then ultimately not going to bed as a byproduct of it. But like, I just happened to click along a song. Oh man. Oh, it was this guy from Lithuania who had moved to the United States and like played guitar sick. And he was basically just taking like requests at this like little outdoor venue in Florida. And somebody just shouts like Fleetwood Mac. And he's like, I don't know it, but can you hum it?
I think I've seen this clip.
Yeah, and like they just
amazing.
give him the notes. They're like, it's like C sharp, D, whatever. And he's like, okay. And he has like a guitar, and then I can't remember the name of the machine that like
Puts on a loop.
yeah, it puts everything on a loop. So he plays like 2 chords on the guitar, and then has like a drum mix machine, and plays like a snare, a bass, and whatever he's keeping time with, and puts that on a loop, and then just starts playing. And this girl comes up and just starts belting out. I think it was Rumors, but I can't remember. But either way, like it was just like, holy shit. So then I end up on his page, and that takes me to them performing Tennessee Whiskey, which is a song that I've heard before, and I like just never paid much attention to it. But I listened to him do it. I was like,
For Stapleton, right?
yeah. I was like, oh, that sounds okay, but I bet the original is better. So then I listened to the original, which was great. And then I see that he performed it with JT.
JT, you never saw that before?
No.
Really?
Incredible.
Yeah, I think it was on like the Country Music Awards or one of the music awards shows.
Oh, okay.
And it's amazing. Is that where? That's probably the clip you saw. And they might have performed it. They might have performed
it was just
more
a
than
concert
once.
in LA, I think.
Okay, but yeah, it's incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
you throw JT in anything.
Yeah, it was sick, which then led me to JT and Garth Brooks performing Friends in Low Places in Tennessee, which was insane.
You were deep down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, and then I stumbled on this guy, Teddy Swims, who like I've seen him before. He does this like insane rendition of "Don't Stop Believing." Like, just has like the sickest voice. But But I was just like, I wonder if he's sang Tennessee Whiskey before, because like this seems to fit his style a lot. Obviously, I find a version unbelievable. I'm just like, wow, this is incredible. 5 hours later, I'm watching voice auditions. I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing? It's 3:30 in the morning, man. Go to bed.
This is me like every Saturday night
Who
at
are
2
you
a.m.
sending these to? That's what we want to know.
Nobody. It was 3 a.m.
Stop lying, bro.
I'm
You were
literally
sending it to
just-
somebody. You were like, look what I found, boo.
No. That thought didn't even cross my mind. You and I, we are not the same.
You found something, bro. You were sending it to someone. No one's up at 3:30 looking at fucking Justin Timberlake.
You know what you should have been looking at?
I said that's me like literally every
Yeah,
Saturday.
I appreciate talent. It literally dawned on me like halfway through. I was like, man, as much as I wanted to be an athlete my whole life, like now I realize how powerful it is to be a musician. Like people who can sing and play instruments just can absolutely engage a room in a way that is impossible otherwise.
Yeah.
No,
Just like so
stop.
remarkable.
What are you talking about? Bro, you got to come to New York. Do you have the most talented people in the subway? Literally, fucking
Yes,
fucking
yes,
the
he's
most
not
talented
lying.
people in the world. Nobody gives a fuck. They're all just out.
He's
They're
not
all just
lying.
like, literally, there's like a GIF or a meme or whatever of like literally one of the most famous people, like most famous violinists in the world, like on the New York City subway. Like he's super famous. He like fills up and nobody even recognized it. Everybody just kept walking by him and he's
But that's-
playing and
but
shit.
that-
Nobody
but
gave
that's
a fuck.
but that's
Everyone,
New
like,
York City.
Maybe they threw him $1. Maybe. Like nobody cares.
Yeah, but New York City is its own thing. Like everyone just like has tunnel vision and is just walking to where they need to go, and they don't like pay attention to anything else around them.
An amazing set of human beings.
That's Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Berkey's favorite comedian.
He's the best. See, he's the best because he does bits like this. It's incredible. I did actually watch a guy performing in the New York subway. So it was I can't remember the guy's name, but he looked like he looked like he was an athlete. Like he was a big dude, and he was playing an acoustic guitar, and he was offering people to sing with him for free, and they were like filming the whole thing. So this guy's like peering around the corner, like seemingly shy, and kind of gets coerced into going. And he's like, I'll sing with you. He's like, okay. He's like, you can pick a song. He had like, playlist, like a karaoke thing. And he's like, how about Creep by Radiohead? And he's like, yeah, sure. Remind me of the chord. And the guy like immediately knows the chords, which is obviously a clear indication that he can sing. Mm-hmm. He just crushes it. Just there are like certain falsettos throughout that song that are just like, yeah, it's this guy. I mean, this guy is just like letting all of New York hear his pipes, and it was just like remarkable. So I ended up watching like 10 of those fucking clips, and I was all down the rabbit hole. But I appreciate talent, and I forgot like. Obviously, when it was all said and done, all I wanted to do was listen to Leroy Towns, but I was too tired. I had to fall asleep. He had a show to do,
Leroy Town's got a lot of good live performances on.
Yeah, they're great. For those of you who have followed along the live streams back in the day, that was all I listened to. I don't get shit for the music anymore, mainly because I don't play any music anymore. But nobody's there.
Wait, you don't play Leroy anymore?
I don't, because we get demonetized.
Wait. Oh, he stepped his game up?
No.
He just doesn't like it anymore?
I can play one album and not get demonetized. Or sorry. That's not true. We get demonetized no matter what. But there's one album that they'll take the newest album. If I play that at all, they'll take the video down.
Gotcha.
So it's a lot. Chin's taking a call. Motherfucker is always talking to a girl or ordering food. Like that's it. That's all there is to it. All right, we got some poker to get to. Wait, what?
I heard you were talking shit.
I said you're either talking to a girl or ordering food. That's like 24/7.
Where are you?
That was somebody messaged me.
What, are you in DR?
No, I would leave tomorrow morning.
Oh, you're in Canada right now?
I'm in a location. So.
Undisclosed.
So what's the next topic?
All right, we got some poker to talk about. I did it.
You play poker?
I did.
What'd you do? Why are we clapping?
I want a fucking seat.
Let's
oh my
fucking
fucking
go!
God. I don't even know if we can clap for him at this point,
man.
I was a lock,
Let's
baby.
go, Burke.
I was a lock.
You did it for the people.
That's right. I did it for the people.
but oh no.
Unfortunately,
Look at this.
Jamie had to die.
No.
She sacrificed herself for the greater good so that we could
She's
win a
won
seat.
a couple seats, right?
She has won a couple seats. Baruzzi was in the chat. He was watching like the last half hour of the gameplay. And what I came to realize is that satellites are hard. We don't know very much. And I certainly I don't know if I was playing correctly or not. I basically had a seat locked with like 11 left.
They pay 8, right?
They pay 8. And I was like second or third in chips with 15 or 16 starting stacks. It should have been good enough for a lock, but the stack distribution was a little bit weird in that myself and another guy were second and third in chips, and we were at one table, and everybody else was short. So it was like 11, 10, 9. And then at the other table was like first in chips, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh in chips. So like nobody's busting from the other table. So when it finally got down to the bubble, it was distributed such that the other table was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. And our table was 4, 5, 8, 9. So we were in charge of busting the bubble person, but it was like at the risk of half of our stack every single time. So it brought up like a bunch of interesting spots, most of which I'm certain I misplayed. I think I had like a bunch of shove spots that I was like planning to raise fold instead, because my distribution was a little awkward where the guy to my left and me, we were basically tied for chips. And with him having position on me, I'm opening into him. So it was kind of like I didn't want to open jam, even in spots where I covered him by like half a blind or something like that.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, there were a bunch of awkward spots that I just took the kind of conservative route on. There were a few situations that were like pretty hairy where one of the players who snuck in had like a third of our stacks. So when we had like 18 blinds, this player had like 5 or 6, and then the short stacks had like 2, and it like folded to small blind, the 6 blind stack. Big blind has like 2 or 2.5, something like that, and got a walk. And I'm just like, man, I don't know that much about satellites, but I feel like that's an any 2 spot. Like, I'm just so lost. But hopefully, if Baruzzi's kind enough, we're gonna review a couple of the hands. I'm gonna go through like the last hour or so and kind of find some of the more interesting spots to comb through, maybe learn a little bit about satellites. But the more important thing is we still got the seat.
You did it.
We did it.
I asked you to give a guarantee on Friday. You were a little hesitant.
Well,
but
I
you know-
guaranteed 30 seats.
I know. You guaranteed 30. I was asking you to guarantee 1, but you know, you got the 1.
30 was ambitious.
You know what?
I don't even know if I played 30
At
times.
the end of the day, you did your job.
I played 6 Sundays and I won a seat on half of them. That's pretty fucking good.
That is good.
That's a
All
good
things considered.
Yeah, that's a good seat win rate. Now my weekday ones, leave a little.
You got to
be
win
desired.
those ones. That's a little tougher.
I didn't even get to like. That
Top
wasn't
5?
even no. It was a 6-handed sit and go. I don't even know if I made top 5. Day after day, it was like a 6-handed sit and go, and you know, I'm just out here not making it into the top 3 ever. But hey, it could be worse. I could be Tom. R.I.P. Tom Wheaton. Most heads up losses of anybody in the on the grind.
He won.
He did win one.
He won one.
Congratulations, he won one Saturday.
Funny part is he actually only wins the ones that are the single table sitting goes.
Nope, that's the only one he won, period. He got second a bunch.
Ah, rough.
So we're giving this away.
We are giving this away. We're going to announce the winner on Wednesday. Same competition rules as always. We'll be giving it away to somebody in chat. So be sure that you're present. Obviously, we have our chat set to subscribers only.
Have to subscribe.
So you have to subscribe. If you're a member, you get additional entries, so you have a slightly higher probability of winning. So if you want to go ahead and click that join button, that'll give you a better shot at being chosen on Wednesday.
Smash that join button.
$12.4 thousand package.
$12.4 thousand package. We'll see you
extra.
We'll see you in Vegas. So yeah, you get $2,000 in travel expenses plus a $10,000 $10,400
They gotta follow us on
seat.
social as well.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yeah, they got to.
It'd be nice if
You're
you
not
did.
following OnlyFriends and OnlyFriends. OnlyFriends.
You have to
It's all for
follow
why.
everybody on the
Yeah.
podcast to win. If you're not following everybody on the podcast, you don't get the seat.
Conrad says so many things that he puts no thought into at all. Like, are you going to be the one to police that?
Yeah.
What? Pull up the winner, go to their Twitter, make sure they follow us.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
work.
And then when they don't,
Yeah, we don't have to police it.
and then when they don't,
And when they don't.
if you're not on social, you better get on social because that's the only way we have to contact you. So Charles, we need you, man. We need you. We don't want to have you put your email out in the chat for everybody to spam and, dox you and shit like that.
Braun said, must be an alpha rec. Ahmad, make memes and have my name.
He would be a favorite by that qualification.
It's true.
He definitely would be I don't think the other Ryan Braun is in attendance. So
Well,
The baseball
let's give
player?
a shout out to this Ryan Braun.
go on.
Because I think he had a pretty big score on ACR this
Yeah,
week.
he did.
Really?
Yeah, I think he got second in the tournament for 14K.
I missed this.
Yeah, so congrats,
Wow.
Ryan.
Very nice, Ryan.
Hey, 14K. That's enough to fly to Vegas and play the 10K WPT championship at the Wynn.
Oh,
It is.
shit.
December 12th to the 15th. We'll be there. We'll be there live doing the podcast day 1A, B, and C straight from the feature table.
I'm so excited for that.
I'm actually
gonna be
pretty
so
pumped
much
for it
fun,
too. It's
yeah.
gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's kind
Come
of
down and
it's,
say hi.
it's cool.
You're in
It's like
town.
it's a new thing. It's like we're going outside.
We're
We outside, baby.
we're a traveling podcast now.
We're a
Yep.
traveling podcast. So if you want us to travel, just
That's right.
hit us up on social media.
Yeah, hit us
Is
up.
there a lot of value in playing satellites? Like I saw Ryan.
God,
LaPlante-
yes.
I
Yes.
saw Ryan LaPlante wanted like a 1K seat or something.
Well, I mean, if you're decent at poker and luck is in your favor, it's a pretty easy way to 10x your return. Like, there's a 50 seat guarantee for the main event that
Gotta
will
get
run the
in that
week
one.
prior. I imagine that's just going to be very soft, right? So it's just like any other MTT. If 2/3 of the field is effectively dead money, then you might have, I don't know, like a 300% ROI on something like that.
Seems really good.
Sheesh.
I mean, I may be overestimating, but
300.
well,
I mean, these
I mean,
satellites
that
are
just-
awesome.
That's like 1-3 no limit at the Win. Like 300%
No, that's-
hard nowadays, bro.
I mean,
yeah, but I mean, it just means you get the seat 30% of the time, right?
Do you get a seat 30%? I have no idea what the numbers are for these things.
Am I doing
no,
that
you
wrong?
did it wrong. You did it
Yeah,
wrong.
you have to.
I'm doing it wrong, right?
30%. You want to say 30% ROI?
Oh, it's yeah.
No, that's right. That's
Wait.
right.
Is it?
30% of the time, yeah. That'd be
Yeah, he said 300% ROI.
If it's 1 in 10 and you get it 30% of the time,
Yeah.
that's 300.
Yeah, I'm right. You
It
would
is?
make 30K and you would lose 7K.
Okay.
Right.
So it's like a 250% ROI.
Oh yeah, minus
Give or
the
take.
buy, right?
Yeah. I think satellites have like if I'm not mistaken, satellites have like some of the highest available ROI of anything that you can play.
Mm-hmm.
Because like caching is winning,
Right.
right? And you just get the 10x you're buying when you do.
Okay.
Obviously, tough satellites don't have a very high ROI.
Yeah, not like 5Ks and stuff like that for 25Ks, but
The
like
25K satellite into the 250,000. That's probably a tough one.
yeah, like stuff like that.
Yeah, not a very big
That's
ROI.
where it gets tough. But all the other smaller ones I've ever played,
Yeah, of
they're all
course.
been
Like when there are
pretty
50
good.
seats guaranteed, your ROI is really fucking high as a professional.
That's
Yeah.
another fucking world. Everybody's gonna be there.
Oh,
That's gonna be such a
remember
good
the
fucking
online days
Saturday.
when they would have the 100 and 150 seat giveaways to the main event. Those were fun.
Yeah.
I
the
miss that
other thing
life.
about this Wynn satellite, the 50 seat one, that makes it really cool is you lock it up the second you have 11 stacks.
Oh, that's so dope.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so fucking
So it takes
cool.
away like it's actually really cool because
Wait, as soon as you have in the win one, you're talking about?
yeah.
As soon as you have 11 times
I don't know
your
why they
starting
make it
stack,
11 instead of 10, but yeah.
Is this
You lock it up.
is this an Alan Kessler?
I don't know, but
So what happens? They just
they just remove
Yeah,
you.
you just get a seat. You're out of the satellite. You're paid a seat and you move on.
That's so dope.
It's really
Better than,
cool
like,
because
just having people tanking like infinite.
right. That was what I was about to say. It neutralizes a lot of the win rate of people who are very studied into satellite play, right? Because like people who are good at accumulating chips early just lock up a seat.
Yeah.
And
Can you get a seat without getting to 11B?
no, of course not. But you'll have like last night I had 15 stacks and I got my seat with 12 big blinds.
So you could just be out of the tournament and still have chips?
Wait, what?
No.
What do you mean?
As long as you have chips, you're still in.
Okay.
Once you accumulate 11 starting
But what if
stacks,
there's down to 2 people and you have 10 stacks and then
it wouldn't be down.
Then they have won. All the chips still equal 0.
Yeah, you're right, bro. The satellites are soft.
I don't know because I never thought this through because this is the first
Yeah,
time.
no. I mean, for every 11 people that buy in, they get a stack.
Right.
Right?
Gotcha.
So 10 people have to bust in order for one person to get a stack.
Right.
It's still a zero sum.
Yeah.
It's just, what ends up happening is the final, I don't know, I've never played one of these, but I would imagine like the final 10% of the seats, so call it like the final 5 seats, probably play out pretty close to a real satellite.
Okay.
I wonder how it does go, like, because if somebody doubles in like off of 7 stacks against somebody else with 7 stacks, now they have 14.
Oh, right,
now 3
right.
come out of play, so they have to do some type of math going down.
Yeah, that's a good,
They have to do something. It's either like
that is a really good question. You're right. I didn't really think of that. I wonder if they just put the chips back in play somehow.
what, splash spots?
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's really fair. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be curious to find out more about the structure.
Yeah. I'm not sure. It has to be something. Like it has to be. They probably just do numbers. Something with
maybe that's why it's 11 stacks instead of 10.
What does that mean?
No, that wouldn't make sense. Yeah, that wouldn't make sense.
I'm pretty sure you can do something with math here and figure it.
Of course, you can do something with math, but like you want something uniform. You don't want to have to like specifically calculate every time somebody.
Yeah,
busts.
of course.
Also, could it be possible where someone discounts their stack and doesn't know that they have you have to alert them that once you get to the 11 stacks?
I would imagine so.
Right?
Yeah.
And like maybe what if someone gets there and doesn't realize it and then loses the pot the next hand and then never gets back to
Well,
it?
yeah. I mean, it's the same as any other satellite. You're supposed to do what's incentivized, like fold.
Right.
But also, like
Yeah.
say you're about to take the big blind, you probably just tell the dealer and they stop play.
Right, of course.
Yeah. It's messy.
But it's
doable.
it's on the player to make sure they know that.
Yeah,
what
of
their
course.
stack is.
Of course. Yeah, you're only losing EV by not removing yourself if that's the case. I just lost my head. Okay, so WPT giving away a seat. Oh yeah, giving away a seat. Don't forget about that. Also, don't forget that we are still running a Black Friday sale for anybody interested in purchasing Software TV. We are doing half off for your first 3 months, as well as a 2-week free trial. Cancel anytime. So even if you're only considering it, sign up now. Use the code Friday22. Head to softwarey.io because if after your 2-week trial you don't like it, you can just cancel and it costs you nothing. But you'll receive half off for 3 months, so $25 instead of the usual $50. You'll be able to catch up on 8 seasons of Poker Out Loud, all of the accompanying On Second Thoughts. I think 44 or 42 total courses, as well as a bunch of masterminds and some other shows from back in the day that we used to do, like High Stakes Hand Review and Man vs. Machine. Be sure to hop on there.
Speaking of Poker Out Loud,
speaking of,
we dropping.
We are.
We got some fun shit coming out today.
I mean, you jumped the gun, but sure. We'll get to it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. You're the king of segues. We might as well roll with it.
I mean, obviously.
When are we going to do the gimmick Poker Out Loud? We kind of should do one that's all us. The Only Friends version.
I like
Poker Out Loud.
Right?
Oh, man.
I kind of like that. I like that. Raise 50.
Ooh, we got a 5X on the cutoff. Ooh, Berkey, I'm gonna fuck you.
Easy peasy, just swing along, easy peasy, like a pendulum, easy peasy. Take life as it comes.
All right. I'm here to fuck Landon Tice.
How do I get into pots with these dumb nits?
Are we doing the 7 deuce game?
Honestly, I don't even think I'm supposed to be here at this point.
What I'm really considering is how much exactly is my face worth here?
He's gonna keep talking for 5 fucking minutes because he just loves hearing himself speak.
Tortoise is out there gambling today.
Tortoise is in there.
Back in the game, boys and girls.
I don't give a fuck. I'm here to fuck people up.
What are you listening to?
Taylor Swift.
What song?
Easy peasy, just bounce around, easy peasy. Don't get too down, easy peasy.
Know you've made it when like someone spends their entire existence trying to like get under your skin or something.
Whew. We're going live with that. We're going live. I'm actually excited to watch it. I haven't seen any of the episodes.
Oh, you haven't?
Except for the first one, because I want to watch it with the people.
Yep.
I want to watch it with everybody, you know?
I had to review a few of the episodes just to make sure, audio and stuff was good. And I saw the first 3 episodes. It's great.
I watched the first one and I just started dying laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, God.
It's going to be, it's a lot of fun.
So for anybody who hasn't already seen it, all of the members of the Nerds and Brainiacs, you guys had early access. But for anybody who's not a member, we will be premiering this immediately after the podcast. So we should send you straight there once the pod ends, probably around 11:15 Pacific time. We are doing 5 episodes each day this week, immediately following the podcast. Today is episode 1. I believe it's about 20 minutes in runtime.
Yeah. 20 to 25.
How many episodes are there?
5.
Oh, okay, total?
Yeah.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So short season. It was our first attempt at it. I had a lot of fun. I'm the whale. I don't play well.
I
didn't try to play well.
I am your kick returner, Conrad.
Mm-hmm.
Punt returner.
Conrad gets aces a lot. A lot.
Aces, ace king. It was so much fun, honestly.
A lot.
A lot.
He did get aces.
A lot.
He got
A lot.
Aces.
He also hired the dealer. I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
Yo, everybody.
If you recall.
Scandal.
I can't believe you
Poker
guys.
scandal.
You guys are onto me. It took you this long to realize that?
We're gonna do an
is-
emergency podcast after that, just to do a deep dive. To
His
see
name in the chat is
what
also
Conrad is
Conrad's
up to.
closed captioning.
God bless him for being able to interpret you. He deserves whatever little bit of change you slid him for bottom dealing. You'll get to see how Christian randomizes against a bunch of recreationals.
High stakes. You're literally one of the best players in the world.
I was
What about me, Chin?
rubbing chips on my nipples.
That's all. That's all a disguise. I know you were trying to fucking win.
Chin's
You're
in there.
always trying
Every other hand talking about how bad I was playing. I mean, it's true,
Oh, I
but
wasn't gonna
obviously I
lie.
was playing bad. But you
You haven't played in 5 years.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
That King Jack
fine.
was not tortoise approved.
No, I was just getting. I was mixing it up. All right, I was in there. I was
Bro,
just
I was
mixing
scared.
it up.
I was scared for my life when you
I
put
can't
the money
wait.
in.
I can't wait for
just like-
Berkey's question.
He's just like, well, we don't want to give it all
Yeah,
away.
don't-
but-
When was
Yeah,
the
don't
last
give it
time
away.
you called a 3-bet with King Jack off?
Listen, stop. You're giving away.
I knew it was coming.
Listen, I wasn't gonna sit there and fold for
Like that was
3 hours.
that was a Berkey hand if I've ever seen
think
it.
I'm gonna fold? I wasn't there to fold. I was there to play. Bad.
Now you know where all your backing money went, Bernie.
I know. Fucking
That's what's straight out the fucking.
calling fucking squeezes with King Jack off. Can't help himself.
Hey.
Out there flopping
funny.
dirty equity.
Rough
I mean,
life,
whatever.
rough
Do
life.
your thing, Brian. Like,
Do your thing,
You
bro.
do you, homie.
Right.
Back to the WPT. We missed out on a big event. I knew it was gonna be big, man. I didn't know it was gonna be this big. Florida's fucking special.
You know what the problem is? We didn't tell them that we were a traveling podcast yet. What in the fuck?
That might have been it. Also, it was Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Like I said, we didn't tell them we were a traveling podcast yet.
Literally,
it's always the day after Thanksgiving.
yeah, they
though.
do
Like,
this every year.
I was like,
It's always a really bad tournament to travel to because you have to. Either you
Until
have to
this year.
have-
Yeah. This
No,
shit
but, like,
slapped.
I remember taking a flight like Black Friday morning, like day after Thanksgiving, down to Florida, and it's like, I mean, okay, but like, why? Like, it seems it's so inconvenient. But you're right, Florida is
Well, usually-
a very nice tournament.
Yeah, usually it's just like locals, but not this year. It got $5 million in the prize pool, so it was a $2 million guarantee, which is usually, I think, right around what they get. Maybe like 2.5, like, it goes over a little bit. But man, Florida's just popping, and obviously, who wants to stay in the cold? So all the Northeasterners go down there and, whatever. 5 million?
That's wild, bro.
That is wild.
5 million?
It's wild. And especially since if you wanted to play both flights leaving Vegas, you had to leave on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Take a red eye on
That's what I'm
Thanksgiving.
trying to say. Like, it's so inconveniently.
Yeah, for
traveling,
Vegas
it's
pros. Ain't nobody going. Jeremy Osmus and Landon are the only two there from Vegas.
No,
that's not true.
That's not true at all. Weissman's there. Everyone, Chong.
They're all there.
Everyone's there.
Like, a bunch of people are there.
Everybody just transferred Thanksgiving to Florida.
Everybody wants to make money because Bitcoin is down. Like, everyone's just trying to get back.
Cash. Got to get that cash. Cash is king.
Everybody's back on the grind. We're out here.
I don't know why I enjoy this, but somebody types in the chat, am I banned? If not, this is so boring. I'm honored to be a banned chat pro, so I banned them. You get what you ask for, sir. Yeah, I mean, I think these Florida events are absolutely crushing it, way more so than they have in the past. There's always been... You can always expect the April one to smash. That one had always been like a staple. And then the summer one in August, like post-World Series, that was always the first stop that people went back to. And these would always get huge. But now we're seeing the intermittent ones. I didn't even think this was always the WPT. And maybe it wasn't. Maybe they just came on for this one now. Unsure. But in any event, like they're averaging $5 million in the prize pool for all of these now. Right? Like literally, I can't remember the last main event that they ran that had less than 5 million in the prize pool, and I think the one in April got as big as 7 million. Maybe
I think this one used to be called Lucky Ladies in November. I'm probably wrong, but for some reason I don't think it was.
I think it was Lucky Hearts.
Okay, that makes that makes way more sense.
Still think it is maybe,
but I don't think it was a WPT previous.
I also didn't think it was.
Don't quote me, but I don't.
And I didn't think the one that they ran in January in previous years was either. I always thought it was just the April one. But now we'll be going back to Florida mid-January. They're doing, I believe, Borgata's the 5K, right? So Florida's the 3,500?
Yes.
If I get that correct?
That's correct.
So Borgata's not a WPT event. I think that's going to be a part of a new BetMGM thing that they're launching.
Yeah.
But that's $1 million guaranteed the first. So we'll be on the road for that. First week of January, I think it's January 5th. Then we follow that up, I think January 15th-ish, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
WPT Florida, $3,500 buy-in, probably going to be a $5 million guarantee, if I had to guess.
And it's probably going to fucking smash. Double that. It's
Bro,
it's crazy.
The first, April of 2021, the first event that they ran post-COVID, not post-COVID, but like whenever they were able to reopen, was so fucking big that you couldn't re-enter.
It was like 7.5 million, right?
It was at least. You legitimately could not re-enter. Yeah. I remember this. I was so mad. I busted at like 3 p.m., bought my ticket, went and got dinner or whatever, didn't get back in until like 7:45.
Damn.
And Kristen Bicknell also busted like around the same time, did the same thing. And her and another group went out like eating and drinking, like she's half sauced, and I go back and snap bust the first hand to be fucking showered. She ends up getting like 30th in the event.
I feel like
I'm like, man, I'm not doing this right. I'm not having a good enough time.
It's true. That is true. I think late rights ends for that 7:55. So.
Yeah, but we got sat at like 9 p.m.
That's wild.
They haven't had this issue since, obviously. Like they've done a better job of controlling flow, and the numbers aren't nearly as big. But like it was insane, the mad dash to play tournament poker again once COVID protocols were like kind of lifted a little bit. Way more so than what we saw at the World Series that fall. Yeah. Right. Numbers were all down. And granted, it's an extended series. It's not all
And it was
powdered
in the fall, kind of like coming right out of it, right?
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
You had to
yeah.
be vaxxed.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
the
of
vaccination
Yeah,
part.
Florida in particular is just special. Like the 25K there is always ridiculous. They get like 100 to 130 people. That's like 3x what the 25Ks here in Vegas do.
Did Landon cast a satellite?
No, but he's in another one right now.
Good luck, Landon.
Yeah, good luck, Landon. We need you, please, for the love of God. And you know, it's also just it's a fucking party when you go down to Florida. Our man Cuz, he was out there showing us how to get it done.
He was.
Live life like Cuz.
Man. Look at Cuz. Look at those moves.
Is that
His hips were swinging.
My man's
He was
moving.
getting low.
Bro, he broke it down to the floor, man. He's not fucking around. Was that a white Puma track suit that we saw?
Was fire.
My man's got them all,
That was
baby, all
nice.
colors. He's the freshest dude.
Damn.
Second to me.
Those look like
So he's your sidekick.
25-year-old knees.
Well, you see, he tried to apply for it, but I already told him that I have my trusted sidekick already, you know? So.
Man, look at the hip thrusts.
How does he get that low? I can't do that.
That's what I said, man.
He's doing the mashed potato.
I said he's got some young knees.
I can't believe that you have a name for that.
It's from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Or not even, it's from a song.
Never seen that movie.
Can you do the what's the name of the song?
Twist.
You don't know what the fuck you're singing. White people music, man.
No, it's from a fucking movie.
Yeah, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
No,
Sure.
is it?
Yeah.
Let's just run with that.
You mashed potato. Can you do the
I
twist?
thought it was like Dirty Dancing or something like that. No,
Man.
not Dirty Dancing.
Twist and shout. That's the name of it.
I
Twist and
can
shout.
dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Wow.
Baked Alaska.
It's from 7th grade dances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The whatchamacallit.
Why
Cafeteria
doesn't
dances.
LA get the same sort of like buzz? Like it's kind of
7%
the
tax.
same. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe that's what
State
it is.
tax.
Like, the state tax and like the beaches aren't as nice as like the Florida beaches.
I also think like it's a huge it's a huge like spotlight on how well run Sherpo is.
Yeah, it really is.
I don't think Commerce or the Bike or I mean those are the only two major tournament houses I guess in LA. Like Gardens and Hustler, they don't really run big events. I don't think either of those venues are nearly as well run as Sherpo is.
Also, the problem is 7% tax, and on top of it, it's twice the cost just to stay.
Right.
Like, just to stay
Twice
there
the
for a
cost,
week.
the travel time,
Yeah,
right?
it's-
Like, you know.
Well, it depends.
Well, I'm saying if you're on the East Coast, majority of the people live on the East Coast. Majority live on the East Coast.
But like we don't
Fly
even
from New
so
York to
here's the-
LA. That's a long
So
flight.
here's the thing, though. Most of Vegas doesn't even go there. Like,
No, well, it depends.
I'd say for the most part,
When
like a lot
when
of.
LAPC was still a WPT event, we all went.
Yeah.
Well, now.
Now we don't.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
goes. It feels like.
No, yeah, the LAPC 10K I think was like 150,000 the first.
Yeah, I look at these fucking tournaments that they run.
It used to
only
be almost
person-
2 million to first.
That was originally. More recent times.
I'm
it
just
was
saying
like,
at its peak.
Yeah, more recent times it was like 600-700. But yeah, I mean, LA's falling way off.
So wait, so do we think then like this WPT attachment is a thing because most houses just don't want to pay the WPT tax?
Well, I think it
But, like,
depends.
but it seems like it's working for some people.
Yeah, I think it depends. Like, I don't think Sherpo needs to. You know, let me think. When
Feels like they double though every.
so August is their event that does not affiliate to WPT. I'll take a look real
August
quick.
is like their 5K though.
I would I would say that it might be because in August it's the first event after WSOP. That's why it does so well, and it would
Yeah,
make,
it just does well for all the reasons that we're talking about. Like Sherpo will just do well because it's a very well run venue.
I feel like the November one didn't always do well, and that's why it might be
It
a
is the
WPT.
day after Thanksgiving.
Nah, it does well. I know it does well because I fucking traveled for it. So like if I left my fucking house to go to Florida, it's a good tournament. Like,
yeah, he's
for
not
sure.
even gonna go to fucking. He's not even gonna go to the Wynn. And he lives here half the time.
Nah,
I mean, this was also 3 years ago.
I'm
You wouldn't go
playing
to
the
Florida
Wynn.
right now.
No, I'm playing the Win, and I'm buying action for the Win. So
Wow.
let's try to make $1 million, I guess.
Only $1 million?
Are you selling, Berkey?
No, absolutely not. I'm free rolling, baby.
Wow, must be nice.
Sell it 2.0,
Wow,
maybe.
you're so I'll buy it. I'll buy you a 2.0 actually.
You're stupid.
You're not making 200% with.
I don't know. If I am, then I'm not selling.
With $1 million fucking
if my ROI is that high, I'm not selling.
No, what do you mean? You just sold it.
So shit.
I already took half.
You can have a 1-ball sweat. We can swap.
1-ball sweat.
Yeah, we can swap.
So disrespectful, bro. I'll take 2.
We'll swap 1% on $1 million.
Man,
Final 3 only.
Some person we hate is just gonna win.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. The anti-sweat is so fucking real.
I'm so glad you both hate me.
Keep this fucking sidekick bit up.
I'm gonna win because that sidekick bit goes nowhere.
Right.
It's not a bit, also.
I don't know what's gonna take for cash games to come back, but like it's really sad to watch this like rise of tournaments while cash games just get like obliterated.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's no barrier of entry. Okay, so yeah, like looking at the August event, it had 5.3 million in the prize pool. Like, I don't think they need the WPT attachment.
Yeah, but it's one of those where it's like, well, they don't want to fuck around and find out, you know? Like
maybe.
Last time I did that.
All of a sudden they pull it and it becomes LAPC. Like,
nah. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I imagine that they probably have a good working relationship with WPT too. Like, I don't know exactly how the back end deals work as far as like who pays how much and things of that nature, but I imagine that Sherpo and WPT have a really strong relationship. And probably do things to mutually benefit one another. But yeah, I mean, I think that Florida is unique. I think like Borgata is a better example. They're putting $1 million guarantee on first. So obviously January is going to pop. There's a million ways to market, right? Like you can do it with guarantees. You can do it with bringing in already established brands like WPT. It really comes down to the venue itself, the location, the amount of liquidity near it, and then how well everything is ran. And I think what LA lacks is that it's not travel friendly and the events aren't particularly ran in an amazing way. Like it's a chore to go play in LA. Mm-hmm. It's hard to stay on property. Those hotels sell out quick. It's in a shitty part of town, so it's not like you want to just go hang out at the Best Western down the street. And yeah, there's a 6 or 7% sales tax state tax added on that they just withhold. Like all these reasons make it very difficult. I think it's more concerning that like Vegas is very hit or miss, right? Like the Wynn seems to be the only venue that has been able to get anything off with a reasonable guarantee outside of the WSOP without the aid of WPT. And even they now have struck that partnership for the championship in December, right? They were really sweating the last Win Millions, and I think that they didn't want to anymore.
Right.
Also, they're really turning this into an extravaganza. Like this is going to be, assuming that this continues year over year, this is going to be a staple event, and both WPT and the Win are doing a remarkable job marketing it, creating buzz around it, creating a festival-like atmosphere.
It's almost like the new LAPC.
Bigger.
No, it's bigger.
They're trying to make it the new WSOP.
Right. Yeah.
Like this is the winter WSOP.
I wouldn't go that far because it's not a 45-day thing. Like LAPC was that. LAPC was the winter WSOP. It was, when you were young and grinding and didn't have a lot of money, that's just where you went for a month because you could play a $500 buy-in every day with 6 figures up top.
Wait, it was that big?
Oh, yeah. It was massive.
Get the fuck out of here.
Every day they had different levels of buy-ins. They had different games. It still is that sort of series, but they don't get the turnout.
Yeah.
No, I think they're creating an elite event. It caters to all buy-in types, all walks of life. It's a lottery ticket. It's a dream. It's a championship, right? It's a major. It's the major as far as the WPT Tour is concerned.
Yeah.
And I think they're smart to lean so heavily on influencers and social media and all of the things that actually generate buzz and get people talking about it in a way that we haven't seen around anything other than WSOP for the better part of a decade now.
For sure.
We've lost the days of all WPT events being 1.5 to 2 million to first, and everything being at 10K. Like that was the big thing that they had to hang their hat on before. Last thing I want to touch on is this bill that's being proposed in Texas. So new legislation is basically trying to not change anything about the law, but to more quote unquote properly enforce it. Effectively, what's been happening is these social clubs are operating around a loophole in the law, so to speak, where you're allowed to run a private poker game so long as it doesn't take any rake, doesn't make any money, and there aren't any other forms of negative edge gambling like slots, etc. Right? And the way this law has been interpreted for years is that private clubs operated in a public space are still considered to be private. What is being proposed by Democrat Gene Wu is that this is a loophole and that they want to make private truly mean private, as in on residential property. So if this passes, and it looks like it'll be up for discussion in January, if this passes, we could see a major overhaul in the landscape of Texas poker. And I don't think it would be a beneficial one for players or operators alike as far as the Texas poker scene goes. It would almost be certain that all of these clubs would be immediately shut down and that they would really have no recourse to stay in operations. Also in the article, basically, the representative was saying that the likelihood of them going in the other direction and creating a license for these clubs in the current political climate is like a non-starter.
Yeah, I was wondering, what is the end game? Is the end game really just to shut down all poker in Texas? Like, is there's not kind of get rid of the clubs and then pass something where they start building casinos?
That's possible, but
right.
From what I hear, that these legislators are being paid or whatever, getting donations from the tribes in Choctaw.
Oh,
so that's possible.
That
too.
is, yeah, of course.
And
that's the sad nature of our government.
Well, that was what I was going to bring up. Basically, is that this is really, I mean, the writing's on the wall as far as I'm concerned, because what is abundantly clear, at least to me as a third-party observer, is that these clubs don't have lobbyists representing them.
Of course not.
Right, but the tribes in Oklahoma who do have gaming licenses and are 60 miles away from places like Dallas, they do have lobbyists, as does somebody like
and a lot of money to give the campaigns,
right,
kind of stuff,
right.
Legalized bribery, if you will.
Yeah, and as does Tillman. I can't think of his last name. The guy who owns the Rockets, as well as the Golden Nugget. Fertitta.
Yeah.
Fertitta. He also, I'm sure, has plenty of influence over lobbyists.
Wasn't he gonna buy your house?
That was all a catfish thing.
Oh.
It wasn't him either. It was
I know, man.
just a Fertitta that was being doxxed, I guess. But yeah, so Tillman Fertitta obviously has a high incentive to lobby against these card rooms. There's been rumors for years that he wants to put a Golden Nugget in Houston, which would make a lot of sense. I'm sure Dallas is also a ripe market. He probably has a lot of red tape as far as competing with the tribes in Oklahoma.
Gosh.
Oh God, yeah.
Rush.
That oil money, man.
Oh my God.
This is making, if this passes, this will make Choctaw never miss for anything.
I mean, I already think it is when it comes to MTTs.
You're right, it is.
But the problem is that like the thing with Choctaw is that it's a really great stop, but you just have to have the fire to want to travel there.
Yeah, well,
it also is. It's hard to get to.
That's
you
for
have to
everybody
fly into Dallas
outside.
and then drive up.
Yeah, you basically fly into Dallas and then drive.
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
I mean, yeah. When I went, I stayed in Denton, which was halfway.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like 30 minutes from the Dallas airport and then like 30 minutes from Choctaw. But there's literally nothing there.
Right.
Yeah.
And I also think that if I recall, it's another property that's like very difficult to make arrangements to stay. Like when I don't know if there's a hotel on site or not. If there is, then it fills quickly. If there's not, then the local hotels around them aren't that big.
Mm-hmm.
And they just like immediately fill.
Yeah.
So I remember that's why I got pushed out to Denton. But in any event, like you have to want to be there basically, where that's not necessarily true of like Florida. You can always make a trip out of it. You can make it a vacation. There's nothing to fucking do in Choctaw, Oklahoma.
That's true.
And not only is there nothing to do, but like Brian said, the travel is inconvenient. And on top of that, there isn't anything to do on property either. Right? Like it's not like they get big cash games. And that's true of pretty much all these stops. I can't think of a single location across America where like you could play 25-50 when tournaments are in town, which is unfortunate.
Bay 101 was good for that.
Yeah. 2017,
that's
18.
stopped.
Yeah. It all kind of
Sometimes
died.
the bike is good for that too. Like basically the LAPC week used to be good because the bike, when Ryan was there, would like take advantage of the fact that all the big name pros are in town, and he would have like a big week of cash games, right?
Yeah.
But like LA already has the cash game scene, so it's easier for them to kick off.
It is a lot easier to facilitate. Yeah.
They say this is true about Cherokee also. A lot of big games get off like when like their
Really?
tournament stop. Yeah.
Define
It might also be more PLO.
Yeah. Also define big.
I think 25-50. Or 10,
Kind of surprising.
10,
But yeah,
25, 25-50.
I mean,
For that
it
area.
makes sense. Like nobody who's a good cash game player is traveling to Cherokee, North Carolina.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's like you're going to get really good tournament grinders who are capable of being. I mean, I shouldn't say nobody good. Like, you know, if Jeremy Osmus jumps into a cash game, he's a fucking big winner.
Of course, but not specific cash game players are not going to just go to Cherokee to play cash for 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, man. Bitcoin's down a lot. I might just fucking.
Jim will go anywhere.
Fucking Cherokee. I might fucking, dude. I might fucking go anywhere right now. I don't know, man.
You're better than me at this point, so I mean, you know, you should be hitting the fucking road, kid. There's games out there. You got to make some dollars. You can't just be sitting on your bag all day long collecting dust.
No,
You
the
know?
bag's deflating.
No, the bags is nuts. That's what sitting on your bag means, man.
Also,
I thought he meant his bag.
I know what you
of,
meant.
like,
You
yeah.
guys couldn't just let me be a little low key
man,
there
bro.
and slide one in. I gotta explain it.
Yeah, well, you know, if me and Brian did not understand it.
You know, it's amazing that I'm your sidekick.
Back to that conversation about the 10,000 people like listening to Brian about his sports fantasy team. They also listened to what you just said, and not one of them understand you were talking about testicles.
That's okay. Listen, if one or two people got the innuendo, that's good. That's between us. If they
That is true, though.
If they didn't
That
get
is
the
a good
innuendo,
feeling.
it's fine because it plays the other way too. You know, this is how
A
you
double
navigate.
entendre,
Yes,
if you will.
Exactly, Brian. You
Wow.
understand. These are the intricate things, the skills necessary to navigate a show like this and be entertaining 5 days a week.
This
you know,
is why you're my sidekick.
yeah, that's why I'm the fucking sidekick. You stink.
You know what we should do? Conrad, you should get one of those like motorcycles with a little sidecar and put Berkey in the sidecar and just drive around town.
Next tournament score I have.
You
That's what
fucking-
I'm doing. As a matter of fact, you better hope I don't win the win.
You guys get matching helmets and goggles. Like, yeah.
Hey, don't worry. If not, I'll
Cruise
just put a
around.
fucking Charlie Brown stuffed animal, and it looks like
You fucking
Can you
stink.
imagine if Conrad wins the win tournament?
It'd be the greatest
That would be the sickest thing ever.
greatest 48 hours of any of our lives.
It really would.
72.
Please, you wouldn't hold on to your money.
How much money?
I'm out after 72.
How much money would you spend at Nobu if you won?
I don't need a Nobu anymore.
Who cares,
No?
man?
Not
He
expensive
can
enough.
spend 50,000. Who cares? He's fucking loaded as fuck. Like, 50,000, no problem.
My palms are sweaty just even thinking about Conrad being like three-handed in the win with like 3.5 up top.
Yo, I was fucking four-handed in fucking a 5K with 500K up top, and I lost. I'm so sad. I thought about
you
the
didn't
other
lose.
day.
You still won. Like,
No, I'm a loser. I never thought about it till like the other day. I was like, I am a loser. I should have won that tournament, but I couldn't.
Why exactly should you have won that tournament?
Because
he was there.
I was destined to win the tournament, and I did not fulfill my destiny.
So a conclusion. I mean, we're gonna talk about this as it gets closer or whatever. But like, we think it's just gonna smash the guarantee at the win or what?
Okay, so this isn't true, but there were rumors floating around that they already hit the guarantee.
What?
How is that possible?
I mean, the implication was that
They already
many
gave
sides.
No.
Yeah, but that's obviously not true. I don't think it's going to smash the guarantee, but I think they're going to get the guarantee for sure. I mean, WPT Global's been doing fucking work.
What do they need? They need 1,500 runners?
Roughly, yeah.
Yes.
They already have 500.
So who bought WPT again? Like, these people must be firing super hard, right? Like, who bought them?
Poker Kings.
How much money in the prize pool would there have to be for you to be like, wow, I'm dumbfounded at it?
No. They were bought by
like
a
25
company
million?
called. They were bought by a company called Elements Partner.
Yeah, it's the
that's
parent or
owned
sister
of
company to Poker Kings. Yeah.
I see.
WPT Global is formerly Poker Kings app.
Yo,
or
relax.
Poker Kings, whatever.
Relax, Chin. This is how shell companies work, bro.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I didn't know that Elements was part of that conglomerate. Okay.
Well, now you know.
I'm excited for this. I'm excited. 1A, 1B, 1C. We're in the fucking building. We're doing it, guys.
Let's go. It's going to be fun.
We are literally going to be in the building. On that note, I am going to stick a pin in this one. We're going to throw this over to the premiere of Poker Out Loud. Sorry, of Only Friends Out Loud.
Right.
And I hope you guys enjoy. So with that, we'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. We're going to be joined by Eric Harbor, a.k.a. Sheets. He was part of the backing conglomerate that was Backs and Sheets pre-Black Friday. They were the biggest backing team in the world. So we're going to get into poker backing and all of the high side and low side that comes with running a 7 or maybe 8-figure stable for the better part of a decade. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow with Sheets, without Chin. He'll be in the DR laying on his bag. You know what I'm saying?
I'm really sad that I'm missing the Sheets one because that was something I was really looking forward to. But I'll tune in. I hope you guys all enjoy it. I mean, it's really exciting for that one.
Yeah, it'll be a good one. Hope you guys enjoy the Only Friends Out Loud. We're going to throw it over to that now. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Enjoy
the squad.
Peace.